My child, listen closely. What I'm about to tell you is important. Right now, you are being betrayed. Yes, you heard me right, betrayed. When you hear those words, I know a flood of questions arises inside of you. Who might it be? Who would hurt me like this? Could it be a person I trust? Someone I consider a friend, a family member, or even someone I confide in? Or is it an enemy, someone who always intended harm? I can feel the weight of those questions pressing on your heart. Are they familiar? The uncertainty, fear, and pain of not knowing who to believe. It's okay to feel all of that. When you first heard those words, "You're being betrayed," I know your mind began to search for answers. You wanted to know who, how, and why. Confusion is natural. But hear this, my child, you are receiving this message for a reason. You did not come across these words by chance. You were supposed to hear them right here, right now. I need you to stay with me for a moment longer so that these words can sink deeply into your heart. We'll work together to find the clarity you need. Let me start with the most important question: who's behind this betrayal? I know that this truth may feel heavy, even painful, but please stay with me. Stay focused, because I will lead you through it. Are you ready? This betrayal does not come from a stranger far away. It's not coming from someone hiding in the shadows. No, my child, it's coming from someone close, someone you know. It may be difficult to accept, but I want you to understand this clearly: the betrayal comes from someone close to you, someone you may love or trust. That person is closer than you realize. Let that sink in. Think about it: this betrayal is not distant or beyond your control. It's right here, from somebody you know. Now, the real questions begin to emerge. Who is this individual? Could it be someone you love? Who has your trust? Someone who has been in your life for a long time? How could they accomplish this? Why would they betray you like this? I know these questions are running through your head, my child. I understand your hurt and confusion. You're looking for answers and need to understand why. But don't worry, the truth will be revealed. No more guessing or wondering. Stay with me for a few moments, and everything will become clear. Together, we will take this step forward. We will walk you through the answers, and you will find the clarity you seek. This journey will not be easy, but we will go through it together, step by step. Keep your heart open and stay with me, and the truth will become clear. Listen carefully, my child, to what I'm about to tell you. This is something you need to hear, and I want you to remain focused, because the truth is important. The betrayal I'm talking about today is not what you would expect. It does not come from a stranger or an enemy hiding in the shadows. No, my child, this betrayal is much deeper because it comes from someone you love and trust, someone you've shared your heart with. Take a deep breath and let this truth settle in for a moment before your mind jumps to conclusions. I need you to understand something: the betrayal I'm talking about isn't the kind where someone lies to you or does something clearly wrong. No, this betrayal is quieter and more subtle. It is a betrayal that results from silence, secrets, and things left unsaid. This person has been fighting their own battles, dealing with internal storms that you cannot see. But rather than sharing their struggles with you, they have kept them hidden. They had no intention of hurting you, but by not trusting you with their pain, they created their own wound. You see, when they choose silence instead of opening their hearts to you, it's as if they're keeping something from you that they should have shared. Think about it for a moment. Proverbs 27 verse 6 is quoted, "Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful." These words express the truth. Even those we love can hurt us, not with lies, but with what they don't say. The silence they choose can cause as much pain as the words of betrayal. Now, allow me to ask you this, my child. If someone you love cannot trust you enough to share their struggles, how can your bond stay strong? How can you walk in unity if their hearts are closed and their burdens are locked away? Think about it carefully. The answers are within you, waiting to be discovered. When we keep things hidden, we make room for distance, even between the closest of people. And it is the silence that can be the most hurtful. It is critical to understand this truth so that you can approach the situation with an open mind. The hurt may not be caused by actions, but by what remains unsaid. Healing occurs when both hearts are open and honest. So, my child, I urge you to reflect on this. Recognize the power of vulnerability and the significance of silence. Remember that even in these quiet moments, understanding and forgiveness provide the strength to heal. My child, I come to you with these words not to stir up anger or hurt, but to open your heart to a truth that is needed right now. What I say next is significant, and it is intended to awaken in you a holy urgency to act with love, wisdom, and compassion. The person you love is carrying a heavy burden that feels like it could crush them. However, they believe, wrongly, that hiding their pain from you is an act of love. Do you understand the irony, my child? They believe silence will protect you, but in reality, it will only create a barrier between you. It weakens the trust once created to bind your hearts together. In Galatians 6 verse 2, I tell you to carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. However, instead of coming to you with their problems, they choose to carry them alone. They believe they are sparing you, but all they are doing is creating distance and pushing you further apart. And that is not love, my child. This silence is dangerous. It's only the start of something bigger. Pain hidden in silence grows stronger over time. When trust begins to erode, fear, doubt, and bitterness set in. I warn you, my child, that if you don't act now, the foundation of your relationship may crumble beneath you. Will you have the courage to break the silence? Will you be prepared to face whatever comes next? I need you to think carefully, my child, because what you do now will shape the future. You must be strong, present, and most importantly, allow love to lead the way. The time to act is now. Do not wait for them to approach you. Do not wait until they are broken and burdened, unsure how to speak out. No, my child, it is up to you to take the first step. You must break the silence that has grown too long. Reach out to them with love in your heart and wisdom in your words. Speak gently but firmly. Let them know you understand the burden they bear. You are not here to accuse them, point fingers, or demand explanations. No, you're here to restore. Remember James 5 verse 16, which says, "Therefore, confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed." Healing does not require secrecy or silence. Healing happens in the light, with honesty, openness, and prayer. You're more than a friend or a loved one. You are the vessel that I have chosen for this moment. I've called you to remind them of my love, grace, and the freedom that comes from laying down their burdens before me. My child, your role is sacred. Your words, spoken with love and care, have the ability to transform them from isolation to connection, despair to hope. But now I have to ask you, my child, will you answer this call? Will you take a step forward, or will fear keep you silent, just like them? The decision is yours, but know this, the action you take today may be the healing they require. So be bold. Speak with love, and above all, allow my grace to flow through you. I have given you these words, because I love you and I desire restoration, not division, in your relationships. Go now, my child. Speak the truth, act with courage, and allow my light to guide you. Always remember that I am with you now and forever. My child, the angels are speaking to you today and saying, this is your moment. My child, the moment you realize your true worth, everything in your life will change. You will see yourself differently, others will see you differently, and the flow of life will change. Everything will change the moment you truly understand how valuable you are, as I see you. You are far more than what you give to others. Yes, your heart is lovely, full of love, and abundantly generous. But, my child, how can you continue giving when your own heart is empty? I know it's difficult. You've been taught to give without hesitation, to care for those around you. But let me be clear, there is no shame in valuing yourself. Loving yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. How can you give to others if you don't first care for your own heart? Even I, your Creator, rested once my work was completed. I did not continue without taking a break to recharge. The same grace I give to others, I ask you to give to yourself. Look at the light that I've placed within you. It is precious. Nurture, cherish, and allow it to grow strong. Because only then will you be able to provide for others from a place of abundance. You, too, are worthy of love. This is the message that the angels, and I want you to receive. Begin by loving yourself, and everything else will follow. You are more than enough, and once you realize this, the game changes. Take a deep breath. You haven't even met your full potential. There is so much more to your life, so many chapters left to be written. You may feel lost right now, but remember that you are rediscovering yourself. You're finding your way back, piece by piece. The person you are meant to be is emerging. Look past the flaws you see in the mirror. They do not reflect who you are. They are lessons and reminders of how far you have come. See past the pain that has attempted to trap you. See beyond the doubts that obscure your vision. Do not let your past define you. Instead, look through it and focus on the incredible potential that you possess. That potential is real. It is already present within you, waiting to be fully realized. Even if it doesn't feel like it, every step you take, no matter how uncertain, brings you closer to who you are meant to be. Keep going, my child. Continue even when things are difficult. Your breakthrough is approaching, and the person you are becoming is worth every minute of this journey. Trust in the process. Trust yourself. My child, I want you to understand this important truth. Sometimes you have to slow down to speed up. Life is not about rushing through each moment or pushing yourself to the edge. It's about knowing when to stop, rest, and breathe. In these quiet moments, you will gain the strength and clarity you require to continue moving forward with purpose. Rest is not a weakness, it is part of your growth. Consider a seed, before sprouting and growing into a strong tree, it must rest in the soil. Just like that seed, you must give yourself time to rest, recharge, and reflect. Only then will you have the energy and wisdom to continue growing. Life isn't a race. It's not about pushing through every challenge, no matter what. It is all about awareness. It's about getting into the flow of your own life, listening to what your soul requires, and making the best decisions for your health. You do not always have to move forward at full speed. Sometimes the best thing you can do is slow down, listen to your heart's whispers, and believe that the moments you pause are just as important as the moments you act. In stillness, you will discover your direction. You will discover your strength while resting. Remember, my child, it's okay to take a step back. Sometimes the best way forward is to slow down and focus on yourself. You will progress further if you learn to rest and trust the process. Keep moving forward, but remember to breathe. Listen closely, my child. It takes true courage to stand up for oneself. I see all of your efforts, especially on the most difficult days. Give yourself credit for each step you take and every decision you make to keep moving forward. Life will test you, it will challenge you. But your perseverance, your willingness to keep going, demonstrates the strength I've instilled within you. You may not always see it, but it's there. Know this, my child, there are no restrictions on what you can have. You can achieve the love, peace, joy, and abundance you desire. They're coming. I am constantly working behind the scenes, bringing together the right people, opening doors, and preparing blessings for you, more than you can imagine. But you must do one thing, believe. Believe that you deserve everything I have for you. Believe you belong in places full of blessings and love. Ask me, my child. Ask me boldly. Ask me to remove the limits you've placed on yourself. Ask me to change your situation, open your mind, open new doors, and provide the assistance you require. Life does not withhold from you. I am preparing you for something wonderful. Every challenge you face prepares you for the abundance you have prayed for. You are growing into a person who is prepared for what lies ahead. Expect blessings, my child. Expect breakthroughs. Trust that I am working for your best interests. You're destined for more than you realize. Simply believe, and then receive. My child, I see you. I see the way your mind is racing, trying to figure everything out. You replay every choice, every step over and over. You become entangled in a web of worry, thinking that if you just think hard enough, you can solve everything. But listen to me, it's time to stop. Overthinking will not affect the outcome. Worrying will not make things better. Do you trust me, my child? Do you believe in the concept of divine timing? I need you to let go, release the tight grip on control you believe you have. Trust that I am working things out for your benefit, even when you cannot see it yet. Your worrying is like trying to make a flower bloom before its time. You cannot rush it. Trust that the seeds you planted are growing, even if the soil appears to be quiet right now. I'm asking you to let go of your need to know every detail. Let go of the what-ifs. Surrender your fears to me. Have faith that my timing is perfect. When the time is right, everything will fall into place in unexpected ways. Until then, rest in peace. Trust that I am leading you exactly where you need to go. Continue to move forward with faith in your heart, knowing that I am always with you and leading the way.